I would hear somebody who was successful complain about anything, and I'd go, shut up. I don't want to hear it. So, nobody wants to hear me complain, and so I'm not going to complain about loss of privacy.
George Clooney, welcome to the Hearts Evening Show. How are you?
I'm good. How you feeling? How you ready for Christmas?
Well, clearly we are. I don't know if you've noticed, we've switched on Christmas at Heart. The studios, it's like being in Lapland right now.
So I was coming up the elevator, and they told me that you started these Christmas decorations in July.
Oh, yeah. We're real big on Christmas at
Big
Heart.
on Christmas here.
Is it distracting?
Yes, it is, as a matter of fact. I can't see you with all the Christmas balls bouncing around.
What's distracting you more? Is it the constant falling snow or an occasional, Santa in his sleigh whizzing past your eye line?
Going by. That part I enjoy.
Yeah.
The Santa flying by, I really enjoy.
It's a treat.
And you have a birthday coming up, I hear, too.
My birthday's on the 23rd, so I'm a Christmas baby.
Yeah. Well, that just is a ripoff.
Yeah. Do you know what it is? It's the combo gift. You ever heard of those?
I have heard of those. In fact, I got you one.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I got you a combo gift.
No, I won't accept
birthday
it.
And Merry
I
Christmas.
won't accept it. No.
I'm doing it.
I made the decision.
I'm doing it. My birthday's May 6th. Thanks for asking. Right in the middle.
I wouldn't be able to give you a Christmas gift now and go, by the way, this also covers your birthday in May, would it?
My birthday is timed very well.
Yeah.
I get all kinds of presents.
Well,
and then I re-gift them.
Well, you'd be pleased to know I'm not bitter about it. It's definitely not a sore subject.
You don't seem bitter at all.
No, not at all. George, I'm very excited to talk about your new film, J. Kelly. It's out in the cinema right now. There is this strong theme of sacrificing parts of your life, even happiness, in pursuit of a dream or success. It's actually a line Jay says about the business, that's how it works. At this stage of your career, do you think you've been able to balance work and also have a life outside of it? What's the key to doing that?
I don't think it would be so easy to do if I was 25 years old and trying to do that. Let me ask you this. Are you good at balancing work and life? Are you good at it?
No, I've definitely missed niece and nephew birthdays or graduations, anniversaries, get-togethers because of work.
Right, and I think that most people in most industries have that balance, and they usually don't get it right. And I don't find this to be necessarily special to the career that this character has chosen, as much as it is a constant battle we all have of trying to find success and trying to spend time with your family,
Absolutely. I feel bad now, just rifling through how
Yes, in
many
fact,
birthdays
I was talking to some of your family on the way in, and they preferred me. I just want you to know.
Oh, God, this is an intervention. Oh,
yes,
my gosh.
And they're coming in right now.
When you visit places, do you have a chance to have a little wander around and explore? Do you have a chance to just go sit in a cafe, just sort of take it all in?
Sure. I mean, it depends. It depends on where I am and how I get there. Because, if you're able, in certain places in the world, around the world, I'm able to just sort of walk or take a bike and travel and get to a place where I can, have a little bit of privacy. It's different now, It used to be when I was younger, the big intrusion was you tried to avoid and hide from a paparazzi who was hiding with a long lens somewhere. And you could find a way to escape them. You could con them. You could take the car and drive it into an underground driveway and switch cars, and you'd be off. But now everybody's got a camera phone. And so before you're within 5 seconds, somebody whips it out, and then everybody knows where you are. So you just have to kind of in general, you just have to sort of ignore the outside noise and try to live your life normally. And I have a pretty good success rate at that.
It is one of my favorite scenes from the film is Jay trying to get on the train, everybody recognize him and harassing him and stuff. Do you miss being unrecognizable? Do you miss just walking down the street and not having people?
Well, I will say this. Everyone would miss it. You're giving away something that is you never know how nice it is until you give it away. On the other hand, as I think your listeners would agree as I'm answering this, they're all sitting there going, come on, shut up. Nobody cares. I mean, really, right? I mean, honestly, I used to hear when I was, I didn't have insurance for 10 years. I didn't have any money, and I was broke and rode a bicycle to auditions and slept on the floor of a closet for 3 years. And I would hear somebody who was successful complain about anything, and I'd go, shut up. I don't want to hear it. So, nobody wants to hear me complain, and so I'm not going to complain about loss of privacy. Of course there is, and of course those are things that you wish you could find a way to balance. But if you can't, you're not going to see me complain about those things.
It's a good trade-off.
It's a good trade-off, and it's part of the business that I'm in, and I didn't choose to be a lawyer where people don't recognize you and don't know you, and I chose to have a very public life. I think that the public life that I chose is infinitely more complicated now than it was when it was, Spencer Tracy and Frank Sinatra. I think there's more intrusion, there's more investment in your private life than there was then. Having said that, you just have to adapt, and you figure out a way to adapt.
There's a fantastic cast in this film. I mean,
Oh, man.
we could talk all day about the talent that is in this film. Some standout performances for me, though. Laura Dern and Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
And I think it's because of all the brilliant comedy Adam has given us over the years. Sometimes you forget, oh my God, he's an incredible actor.
He's a wonderful actor. And, it's a funny thing. We as a society tend to discount comedic acting, right? We're like, oh, he's just funny. And it's so much harder what he does, and it's hard to get a laugh. And, when you're a comedic actor, it's really, it's win or lose, right? If you're a dramatic actor, people go, well, I liked it or I didn't. If you're a comedic actor, either they laugh or they don't. You win or lose. And he's always been a wonderful actor, and he continues to be, and he's beautiful in this film. And Laura, I've known for 42 years we've been friends. Wow. And I adore her. She's family. I mean, she's literally family. So the chance to get a chance to work with her is fantastic.
One of my favourite scenes was actually towards the end is Jay watching back a montage of all of the films from over his career. When you watch one of your films, I'm not saying you spend evenings, by the way, sat in an
I do.
armchair
I like to
watching-
watch. I have Batman and Robin on a loop. And you know what? I heard coming in here, here's a weird thing, which I did know. You do too, which I really...
It's something we've got in common, right?
Yeah, and it was so nice of you, and I thought this was so weird, because I don't think this, for you to say that I was the best Batman. I really, honestly, I know that, there were others that were, at least well-intentioned. But for you to say that was just the kindest thing.
It's the least I could do, George.
It
I mean,
was
do
so
the other Batmen have nipples on the suits?
None of
No,
them.
they don't. So
There's no Dunlap nipples. I had those. And you know how hard that is? When you can play a role and actually hang things on your nipples? I mean, that's not easy to do.
What?
So thank you for that beautiful compliment.
No problem, George. Genuinely didn't think we'd be talking nipples today, but here we are.
Is this on early in the morning, or is it? Oh, man.
It's late night. Don't worry.
Okay, good. Because I just don't want anyone to, wake up like this.
That's right. Nipple chat's fine after 7, I think. So when you do, maybe you've seen a poster from one of your films, maybe it's a scene, does it take you back to that? Is it a bit like, say, watching a home movie? Does it take you back to a certain point in time?
A little bit. I don't, if I see something like, usually it'll be on television when you're flipping channels, I don't see it as a movie. Like, I don't watch, if I saw, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? I don't see it as, like, I'm watching it as a character in a film. I think of, like, oh, man, I did 4 more films with those directors, and I remember the first AD that I worked with, and I remember the experience. And I kind of watch films or see pieces of films in much more about the experience than I do the actual film.
Is there a film that takes you back to an era where maybe you made some really good friends?
Sure. A few of them. The first film I directed was a film called Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, and a lot of the actors and a lot of the people that I've worked with on and off since then, the crew, for years since then. Yeah, I have films like that. In general, it's usually when you're directing, because when you're directing a film, you're on it for a year and a half.
Wow.
When you're acting, you're on it for 3 months. So it's a big difference. So you end up making a lot more friends and spending a lot more time together,
What about a film that takes you back to an era where you maybe felt like you learned quite a lot? You came away from the experience feeling...
Well, I would say the first big lesson I got was, I was coming off of some films that weren't playing all that well while I was doing ER. And then I did a film called Out of Sight with Steven Soderbergh. And it was my first film with Steven. It's a good film. It was a big bomb. Didn't make any money, but it was a big bomb. But it's a really good film. And I got to spend time on the set watching a really consummate professional director who's a really good storyteller. And he taught me a lot about telling stories. And I learned a lot as a director, and I learned a lot as a writer and producer as well.
Awesome. George, I could sit here and talk to you all day long, but just before I let you go, there is a question we like to ask all of our guests.
Okay, here it goes.
It's actually called Please Stop Asking Me. So, look, we're not saying that these are good or bad questions, but it's a question that probably comes up quite a lot, and you feel like at this point in your career, you've probably answered it enough. I just did this with Marlon Wayans, right? And I wanted to ask him about growing up in the Wayans household. It must have been an incredible childhood. Something during the interview told me, do you know what? Let's not talk about that. I asked him, what's your please stop asking me? He was like, oh, please stop asking me about like childhood and the Wayans household. And that must have been so funny. I was like this close to asking him the most basic question. So do you have a please stop asking me?
It's a funny thing you actually asked that, because I really don't want to talk about growing up in the Wayans family. And I'm tired of talking about it, and I'm tired of answering the question. And honestly, let it go, man.
Just a little insight, George.
Let it go. Let it go. It's enough already. Everywhere I go, what's it like growing up in that family? And I was like, well, you know, it was odd. I was odd man out, as you can imagine. I wasn't invited to any of those shows. But it's okay, I guess.
George Clooney, thank you so much for talking to us today. You're so
Thank you, brother.
silly. Thank you, George.
It was fun to see you, man.
This is Hot